I'm going to share a piece of history that frankly is unknown to most people today. If you're a younger Filipino or even part of the older generation who wasn't deep into the world of tennis, you probably haven't heard this story. And you wouldn't be alone. This isn't just a tale of sports. It's an attempt to pull a forgotten chapter of Philippine achievement out of the shadows. It's a story I had to pursue through extensive research, driven by the need to understand my own family's foundational role in the golden age of Philippine tennis. This young man came from a place with a deep heritage in learning and competition, the province of Camarines Sur in Bicol region. His educational foundation was laid at an institution with a history dating back to the American colonial era. Founded on July 15, 1902, this school was originally known as the Provincial High School of Nueva Cáceres. It later became the Camarines Sur Provincial High School, an institution that served as the oldest national high school in the province and a pillar of Bicolano excellence. This school was not just a place of learning, it was a testament to resilience. During the Second World War, its halls were seized and converted into a Japanese military garrison, sustaining damage that scarred the institution. It was a school that literally survived a war. This dedicated student, carrying the pride of this historic institution, soon caught the nation's eye. His commitment was absolute. He was chasing a vision with a wooden racket, honing a precise and aggressive net game. This young man was soon identified by a groundbreaking initiative, the YCO Youth Development Program, sponsored by Don Manolo Elizalde. This program was a crucible, a place where provincial stars met Manila's elite, pushing each other toward excellence. He was quickly given a name that captured his immense potential: the most promising netter. The dedication of the most promising netter was not born in a vacuum. It was inherited. His talent was part of a dynasty. We look at this historic photo, which captures two generations of tennis dedication. The most promising netter on the right, his youngest brother sitting in front, his oldest brother to the left, and their father standing proudly in the center. This one family established a run of junior tennis excellence spanning years. Their collective passion secured an incredible documented run of titles, including the 1956 National Boys Tennis Championship, the 1964 National Boys Junior Tennis Championship, and the 1965 National Boys Singles and Doubles Tennis Championship. These titles mark a profound statement of one family's unwavering dominance and commitment to the sport at the highest national level for nearly a decade, and served as the platform for his continued success well into the late 1970s. The history of Philippine tennis in the 1960s is filled with legends, but the most essential story is that of the program that built them, the YCO Youth Development Program. This program, which spanned the late 1960s and early 70s, was the crucible where he continued to develop. The young man I just described was a core part of that legacy. His name is Virgilio Austero. The YCO program was essential in his development. His journey began at that historic institution, Camarines Sur Provincial High School. This historic picture, in which he holds his trophy and wooden racket, shows him in his uniform featuring the circular seal with Camarines Sur and Provincial High School and the letters HPE, confirming his official involvement in the school sports program. The story of Virgilio Austero stands as the definitive measure of the YCO program's success. His legacy is perhaps the most foundational to the YCO program's core mission, the living embodiment of everything Don Manolo Elizalde set out to achieve. He was the definitive answer to a crucial question. Could raw talent from outside Manila be identified, nurtured, and elevated to national championship status? Virgilio Austero was the emphatic yes. He was the documented provincial champion, the proof that the entire YCO scouting network, which reached into places like Bicol, worked exactly as intended. Virgilio Austero successfully carried the title of the most promising netter, from his roots at the Camarines Sur Provincial High School to the ultimate national stage. I tell you this story not just as an independent researcher, but as someone driven to ensure the incredible history of this particular champion is never lost. He was the one whose talent justified the entire program's expansive scouting effort. He earned the nickname, the most promising netter, by demonstrating the highest level of technique and skill. He was the unyielding competitor in the training camps, the force that directly elevated the level of play for an entire generation. The man who embodied the highest ideals of the YCO Youth Development Program is my father, Virgilio Austero. To close this chapter on my father and his incredible journey, I want to clarify something important: the names YCO and PHILTA. For those who grew up watching or hearing about Philippine tennis, myself included, the name PHILTA, the Philippine Lawn Tennis Association, is often the one that stuck. It was the name I was most familiar with, the one I heard my parents mention most often when discussing my father's legacy, associating it with official tournaments, rankings, and major news headlines. It was only when I conducted extensive research into my father's career that I uncovered the true foundational role of the YCO Youth Development Program. This program, which may have receded from public memory over the decades, was the actual engine of my father's success. If you're a younger viewer, think of it this way: PHILTA was the NCAA, or the National Sports Commission of its day. They were the governing body, the rule book, and the face of the sport. But YCO, which stands for Yinchauste y Compañía, a name originating from its Basque Spanish founders, meaning Yinchauste and Company, was the Red Bull or the Gatorade of its day. It was the massive corporate sponsor and the dedicated development team that found the talent. My father's journey reveals that the Elizalde's family, led by Don Manolo, provided the vision, scholarships, professional coaching, and rigorous training camps that turned promise into reality. For my father and for every young man you saw listed, their identity as a top competitor was forged in the YCO Youth Development Program. This program, which may have faded from public consciousness, was the engine of change. So, while PHILTA sanctioned the courts, YCO funded and built the champions. That is why we honor the name YCO, because it represents the specific vision, investment, and opportunity that changed my father's life and the course of Philippine tennis history. It is the name my research demands be remembered.
That's it. Kailangan ba yun? Alright. Okay, for the certificate.
This one again. Congratulations.
Certificatable right here. I can see you over there. Guys?
Right here. On behalf of the
Thank you. Hold a second, guys. Now, I want the trophy to... Come on, Nestor. Do it again. Pwede bang halikan ang trophy? Hindi pwede. Like the one in... Okay. Kani. Where is your trophy?
Stop smoking there, okay?
That's yung trophy mo. Lani, trophy. Where my trophy?
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
One more. Thank you.
One more? One more.
One more.
Okay. All right.
Okay, thanks. Thanks, guys.
And now, how long?
Ibigay ko to kay mama mo.
How long?
Salamat.
Thank you. All right. You guys did it?
Yeah, thank you. Ibigay ko lang kay Mrs. Oh, gusto.
Kanin.
Oh.
Chini. They're here.
Ayos. Pagod na pagod na. Ito ang problema ko talaga.